Good morning. Welcome to Bailey's and Tea Saturday. I'm just sitting here in my fun new Stampin' Up! Toque, in case you've seen the new merchandise, and drinking my Bailey's and tea out of my new Stampin' Up! Mug. If you haven't seen on the page or been over to my store, we have new merchandise. So it is these two things. Aren't they adorable? And being that I'm in my freezing basement, my toque is perfect. Now, if you do order one, they will leave little lines. You got to break them in. um, but I love mine because I don't have to do my hair. I love fall because I don't have to do my hair every day. I just throw a toque on and away I go. So I get everybody up here on the other device so I can talk and chat as we go. So as you hop on, say good morning. Good morning, Rhonda. I am. My hoodie was in the wash. Otherwise, I probably would have put my hoodie on too. In my Stampin' Up! Gear. Okay. There we go. We're all set up and ready. So how is everyone this morning? Y'all ready to craft along with me? Hopefully I've created something cute. I created very late last night. Actually, Rhonda and I were chatting, so she'll know how late I was up. Because work was crazy this week. But I'm sure I've created something cute that y'all love. If not, on Wednesdays, always, I post extra samples. So check out my Facebook page. 11 o'clock is when they post every Wednesday. And then they also appear on my Instagram channel. I'm not thinking is what's going on here. They appear on my Instagram channel at 11:30. So that's always Wednesday's routine and timeline. So if you're on either of those social channels and follow me there, that's where you'll see the extra samples that I create for you. All right. So as you pop on, say hello. The weather is cool here in Edmonton, so my toque is also great for that. And yeah, I don't have much to tell you. Not much is going on, really. So we'll get started right away and create some little cute cards, and you guys just chat away as we go, and we'll have some fun. Okay, I'll switch you around. Look away if you get kind of dizzy for a second, and then I'll slap you into my holder so you can see my desk. Here we go. All right, we look fairly straight there. Pretty seamless. You can look back at me if you want. I've slapped it in there. Okay, I'm gonna show you first off that today is the last day to get the Spooky Treats Paper Pumpkin Kit. So if you haven't signed up for it and want 18 little treat boxes to make treats for Halloween, it's a great little kit to do that, and deadline is today. So you need to let me know if you want that, or go on to the Paper Pumpkin website and sign up, and it'll come right to your door. Okay, so first off, I'm going to show you a little technique that I saw. I believe it was, oh, what is her name? I can't think of her name. Oh my goodness, I should have wrote it down. I'll tag it in Tuesday's tip on who came up with it, because her name is not coming to my brain. So what I've done is I've just taken a piece of basic white and I've embossed it with the fern folder. Hopefully the camera will pick that up. Yep, there we go. And so what she did was she took a bunch of different greens. So I got Evening Evergreen, Soft Succulent, and Soft Seafoam here. And she just took the pads, opened them up. Mine's a little dirty. It's got some dog hair on it. And she just rubbed it along the top of the paper to create this cool effect. And she did that with all 3 of the colors. And you could add in more if you wanted to. And so yeah, I'm just using the corner of the pad, nothing too complicated. This is very, very easy. You will get a bit of ink on your hands though from turning it and that sort of thing, but is this not cool and so easy?
And can you think, this embossing folder is absolutely gorgeous. This is the fern. And can you imagine doing it in the fall colors and stuff like that? And you're gonna get just a gorgeous card. And if you want sort of, I've just tucked my hand up, so I'm just kind of giving it like a raised, if I want to get it in a certain area. I'm just using my fingers to kind of push that up into the pad. So isn't that cool? Imagine it like, yeah, in the fall colors. I love it. Great technique. And I will tag her name in Tuesday's tip post so that you have it. But it was one of our artisans that did it. So isn't that cool? And then of course another one that I'm sure you all know. This is the Pretty Flowers embossing folder, just on some starry sky. And you can also do this with your craft white by just doing it this way as well. Or you can use a sponge dauber to get more of sort of a chalky look, because it will go down into the little areas as well and not just do the top. So just like that, and you'll see you get it down into those little areas where the swiping it with the pad will just get it on the raised areas. So it depends on what kind of look that you want. We'll give you those two different ways of doing things. I'll just set that there for a second so you can have a good look at it and I'm not moving it around and making you dizzy. Isn't that cool? I love this technique. It's gorgeous. So lots of fun. So have some fun with your embossing folders and just simple inks, and it's great for beginners to learn to kind of just play with the colors and mix them up. They don't get too messy. You know, I've only got a little bit on my thumb, and that could be from last night's creations, but really cool effect to do with that. So that's my little tip, and it will also appear on Tuesday in my Tuesday post. I'm just grabbing what we need here. So today I decided to use a couple different sets. We have Wildflower Path, which is on page 106 of the main, what am I trying to say? The main annual catalog, the big one. I don't know what I'm trying to say, right guys? I'm all tongue-tied today. Stayed up too late. And then the Sending Smiles as well. Hopefully the light is not reflecting on those too badly. So these are fun. Sending Smiles comes with a bunch of dies, which are just gorgeous, which cut out a lot of the greenery and the flowers. And you've got some little tiny flowers here as well. And then you've got a couple sentiment banners that fit these. The Sending will cut out with, you'll see in the sample we're gonna make here, the Sending will cut out, this is size smaller, the front obviously, but that will cut out Sending, and then you can also cut it out a detailed layer that could layer over top of that as well if you just wanted to use the background in a cardstock color and then do your lined stamping in, or your lined sentiment, sorry, in a different color, then you can layer them together. I recommend with this, because it is so thin, that you use adhesive back sheets so that it's easier for you to apply that then to this backing piece that you cut. It'll be a godsend to you. You will appreciate that little tip because it is very thin and it's got that little dot of the eye that you want to make sure that you hang on to because it's not attached. It is a separate little dot. So that's another tip today. Look at me, I'm full of tips for you. Good morning, Lynn. How are you? So these are the two sets that I've kind of combined into the cards that we're going to make today. But the one that we are going to make together is using just the Sending Smiles. So here's the card here. Isn't it pretty? Pretty and very simple. If you have seen in the annual catalog as well, the split card texture dies, they're amazing. So the one on this card here is this flowery sort of geometric design. I don't know, it depends on how you look at it, how you interpret it. And then it's got this great little check one, which you're going to use on the card we're going to create together, just to show you the two different ones from the die set. But these are gorgeous. If you don't have them, you need them because, oh, They look, how easy is that? You cut it out and you're good to go. Easy. So I've cut out most of my little samples here, so, or my little pieces. So we've got a card base that is soft succulent, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, and then scored in the middle at 4.25. I've got a layer of basic white that is 4 by 5.25, our standard layering size. And then I use that other die to cut out the pattern on the bottom of this one, just to show you both. So I'm going to take some dimensionals. And put these on. So in a few of the other samples that I've created to show you, I've used actually both stamp sets because they're equally as gorgeous. And I may have to just cut a dimensional down. I didn't leave myself very much of an edge there. So I'm just taking my minis and I've just cut them in half. Oops, that one's upside down. If you stick it down with the sticky side, it will. This may be a little bit finicky. You could just leave it loose and it'll look just fine with the dimensionals on the top sort of solid layer there. Got a runaway dimensional. But I'm being silly and putting these down there. Just get my little waste basket thing here. So you'll peel those off. Take me 2 seconds here once this one is actually stuck to the paper. And then we'll apply that to the card front. Good morning, Carla. Oh, you love those background dies? Yes, aren't they gorgeous? I hope they come out with more because these are so fun and so easy. Again, another great thing for beginners because they're not very hard and you can make a very simple elegant card just like that. Obviously with these you don't need to get too crazy, and then you only need sort of the one die set that has so many possibilities with so many cards. So there, we've just put that on, and the reason why I dimensionalized that was so that it kind of gives a bit of a dimension with that plaid pattern. Sorry, I have words are troublesome today. And so then I've taken and stamped some of the greenery, the sending word, and cut it out. One of the flowers that I've stamped in Mango Melody, and then the middle is in Crushed Curry. These are in Soft Succulent, and that's Evening Evergreen. And then I've taken the larger of the die cuts, and I've die cut out that and stamped in Mango Melody one of the sentiments. So I'll just go back to the stamp set here for 2 seconds. It's got a ton of greetings that you can mix and match with sending, obviously, is the point. So great little fun things. So I've picked the sunshine to across the miles, or smiles across the miles, sorry. And it's got some great little ones. So this is the longer one of the die cuts, and then there's the shorter one that will cut out. This one here will cut out sort of these smaller little ones, which you'll see in a sample here in a second, what that sizing looks like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some multi-purpose glue. Oh yes, True Beauty, you're right. I haven't designed with that set yet, but I do have it. That crosshatch, whatever they call it, pattern is gorgeous. All I can say, honestly, all of the die sets this year that sort of have those bigger background dies, so like the Aspen that we used, the True Beauty that Rhonda's mentioning, this one, there's just so many. They knocked it out of the park, I have to say, with those background dies, because they are just gorgeous. I think I put that on dimension. I did put it on dimensionals. I just glued it right over top, so it kind of creates sort of a three-dimensional flower by layering that. And you could put that second layer that I just put down, instead of with glue, you could put it down with dimensionals. I just, you know, sometimes don't follow my original card. I stir it up a little, you know. Okay, and then we'll just put that there. And then we're gonna apply some minis to the sentiment that we've die cut, stamped in Evening Evergreen, and then die cut out with the die. So this card, obviously you can see, is very quick and very easy. A few die cuts, but nothing too crazy. And you're gonna get a beautiful end result. So what is everyone up to on this lovely Saturday? It's cool here in Edmonton, so it'll be, I think it's time to start fall decorating. So I'm hoping to get to that today. Change over the decor in the craft room. Obviously you saw from the background when we started, it's still kind of summery. Soccer! Ooh, fun, Carla. You did say that it's a soccer every time, every weekend, every day almost for your son. And I'm just gonna tuck this under here. Nope, I don't like that. Never mind. Never mind me. And I shouldn't have put a dimensional there because I want it to go underneath. Come on. My fingers won't want to work either. So we'll just kind of line that up there. And I'm going to hack off the end of this because I don't want it to cover up that G too much. Isn't that cute? I love it. So what embellishment should we use? Sorry, I just gotta wipe my nose here real quick. The other one that I used here was the In Color rounds. Opal rounds, I should say. Costco shopping. Ooh, on a weekend? Yeah, Rhonda, that is a big thumbs down. If I'm not there on Friday, I'm not going till Monday. Oy, oy, oy. Should we use opal rounds, or does somebody else have another idea of what we should use? I think it would look really good with some metallic dots too, in my opinion. But your opinion matters, so if you got something, go ahead and throw her in there. Would look really pretty with, like, I like these ones here, or even the copper. What do we think? What do we think? Rhonda says a bee or a butterfly. The bees are retired, but I do have butterflies. I do have bees, but I'm trying to keep these to a current card, current product. I got butterflies loose everywhere. They do fly off the backing sometime. Oh, you're right. A butterfly would be cute. Good call, Rhonda. Good call. Okay, let's get all this stuff out of the way here. Got a little pile beside me. I got a mess going on, you guys. It's gonna be an avalanche. All right. 2 butterflies, is that enough? I know I don't usually do. Actually, I'm gonna do 3. I'm gonna do a little one on the flower. And I should use my take your pick tool, but you know me, when the scissors are right in front of me, I use those. My take your pick tool is actually right in front of me as well. But, oh, look how cute that is, you guys. Isn't it adorable? Good morning, Valerie. I love it. 3, Valerie says. Well, I put 3 on. So there we go. We've made that beautiful card. Now I'll show you a couple other samples. So these ones came from the Catalogue. This one's so fun. So that's that pretty, which we kind of did the demonstration in the beginning for those who missed. I did a couple techniques. I'll just go back here. This one was done with just wiping your your ink pad. So just opening up your ink pad, using the corner of the pad and just wiping it over the embossed layer. And you kind of get this muddled colored effect. And then this one was just using at the top, same with the craft ink pad, or using a sponge dauber on the bottom. So that's what I've done here on this one, is just use the sponge dauber so that I could get the color into these little sort of lower areas as well. And then just die cut flowers. This one was a little bit finicky. You got to cut 3 different little sentiments. So that's the smaller one there. And then you sort of glue them onto a backing. So I've got another one started here, and then I would just add that other layer at the top. Adhesive backing sheets on those is another good idea to get those lined up properly. And then just some of the little flowers that were in the die set. So it cuts out 2 at a time, which is good because it makes it a little bit faster. This one right here cuts out those little flowers. Adhesive back sheet again will make that easier for you. And just a fun little card, right? And then this one is with the wildflower path. And it's got the elegant eucalyptus. So there's 2 embossing folders that come with this. I'll just put a piece of paper in here so that you can see a little bit better. It's got the eucalyptus, which is what I used on the card. This comes in a 2-pack, so you get these 2 dies. And then this one has got a gorgeous wreath sort of design, which I haven't used this one yet, so I'm gonna have to come up with something with this one. But isn't it gorgeous? Hopefully the camera's picking that up. Oh, I'm a little off screen. Picking that up okay. But yeah, isn't that gorgeous? So those come in a little 2-pack of dies, and they're amazing. So on the background, that's been done. And then using just the greenery out of the stamp set. And the cool thing about this is it's got these little dots sort of make it whimsical. It's around the little flowers too. And it kind of just gives you just a fun little extra touch to that card. And then it's got little flower stamps that layer over top. So these ones right here will line up with these little stems that you have on each of those, which makes it nice and easy. And then those are the elegant faceted gems, solid gems. Isn't that cute? I love it. I love it. And then a couple other ones. Oh, you like those folders? You don't have those folders, Rhonda. Oh, I'm surprised because, yeah, those ones are pretty cool. Pretty cool. This one was inspired by something that Jackie Williams did. She's stamphappy.com.nz. She's in New Zealand. And using the technique I showed you last week where we pulled the end of this frayed ribbon apart and then we got this fuzzy little end. That's the ribbon wrapped around the bottom here from that technique we did last week. I changed it up a little bit, but basically she just took crumb cake and this leaf here and then just sort of stamped it along. I stamped some of them off just to get sort of some different coloring, and then I just sponged around with my blender brush, sponged around the edge just to kind of give it that sort of sepia hue with the browns. And then that little flower is out of the Sending Smiles die, and I just sort of brushed on some different colors onto just a strip of basic white, and then I cut whichever colored flower I liked out of that. And then just a couple little pearls, or iridescent pearls I should say, and then the sequins from the seasonal sequins, I believe they're called, in the white. I'll just hold that closer so you can see. They kind of have an iridescent feel to them as well, so they go great with those pearls. And then I've just taken the Sending Smiles Birthday Wishes and embossed that, just stamped it a whole bunch of times and embossed it on the, I don't even know if that punch is current anymore. That's the postage stamp punch. I didn't look. I've had it for so long that it might not even be current anymore, and I apologize. Pretty, right, ladies? Oh, yes. And then this one is using basically the other flowers that come in that stamp set. So they kind of look a little bit like tulips, so at least that one does. So taking this one here, stamp the base in pretty, oh my gosh, what's that color? Petal pink, not pretty in pink. That's an old color. And then taking this element here, so these two kind of layer and work together, and stamping that in Calypso Coral. And it just created a different sort of 3D flowery look to it. And then this one here, which I used on this card, it kind of looks like flower centers. basically created these little yellow flowers down here at the bottom. So I just love the little dots. It kind of gives it an extra little zingy look to it. And then there's grass obviously in this as well. Just stamped that in some pear pizzazz at the bottom. Added my sentiment with some linen thread, my favorite, in behind. And then the butterflies, and then I just tore this off. I had my basic 4 by 5 1/4 piece, and I just ripped off the top. So it kind of created that little rough edge. And then this designer series paper is from the Abigail Rose collection, just on a gray granite base. Isn't that pretty? And then of course this is dimensionalized with the, oh, what are those called? The deckled rectangle dies. That's where that sentiment piece comes from. Isn't that pretty? So simple, easy, not too complicated. This one's a little bit fussier because of course it's got all the fussies pieces, but still looks gorgeous when it's all put together. So any questions from anybody? Tell me what you love in the comments. You probably love them all because you usually do. You guys are so flattering to my ego. I'll give it a second for Facebook to catch up and tidy up my desk. No comments. All right, friends. Well, that's all I got for you. I'll have some more, like I said, on Wednesday. And so check my page, 11 o'clock for Facebook, and then 11:30 they get posted on Instagram. Always, every Wednesday, you have all the extras. You love them all, Rhonda. Great, I'm glad. So I hope you get a little bit of time to create maybe today in between your chores, some of you. And I will be down here creating for next week, and sort of giving the studio a little bit of a fall feel, and just changing out the decor and doing the same out front in my house. So nothing too crazy. I might go to work, I might not. I'm trying to ignore my adult problems. The joys of deciding whether you're going to go to work or not. It just means tomorrow's a busy day, but I'll see how I feel. I might go do a couple things. But anyways, thank you everyone for stopping in. If you need anything at all, you know where to find me. And I am putting in an order probably later today. So if you're in the Edmonton area and want to save on some shipping, you can tack it onto my order. I'm happy to do that. And I will see you next week. Have a wonderful day. Bye. Paper hugs.